Hi there, and welcome to Death by Film Festival HQ, also known as my apartment. As you can see behind me, myself and my girlfriend have turned the mirror in our hallway into a fantastic interactive schedule chart. Each day basically we'll be taking the tickets off the chart and crossing off the films we've seen. In other news, I was in the office this morning and picked up a letter from my boss, which went on the lines of, "Dear Charles, we'd like to thank you very much for your willingness to sacrifice your mind for the Death by Film Festival project, but we'd like to highlight that John Hughes was in fact the director of Home Alone, and John Huston is the director of The African Queen. Any more mistakes like this, and we'll force you basically to live for the entire duration of Death by Film Festival on food you buy at the cinema. So that's not good." So, there we are. End of the second day of the film festival and end of my first full day in the cinema. So where have I been? Well, today I've been at the George Street Cinema watching 3 films pretty much back to back. First off, the Canadian film Brand on the Brain by Guy Maddin. How to describe this film? Try imagining Buster Keaton meets Twin Peaks. There's a tyrannical mother, there's a mad scientist father, there's a brother and a sister, there's a lighthouse full of orphans, there's trepanning, there's cross-dressing, there's the resurrection of the dead. There's pretty much everything experimental cinema needs. Next up we have Operation Filmmaker, a documentary by Nina Davenport that charts the filmmaking experiences of Muthana, a young Iraqi boy sent to Prague to work on the film Everything is Illuminated. I won't spoil it for you by telling you too much about the film, although there is a fantastic scene where his dreams come true at the hands of the most unlikely character, The Rock. And finally we get to A Walk into the Sea, a fascinating documentary about Danny Williams, a talented film editor and lighting technician, and his relationship with the artist Andy Warhol. So those are 3 films we saw today. And that's basically about it. The endurance side of seeing 3 films hasn't really kicked in yet, but I will say one thing, and that's timing. Even though all 3 films I saw were in exactly the same cinema, somehow I managed to miss the start of 2 of them. So tomorrow, it's going to be watches wound, minds sharpened. So this is me, signing off for this, the end of my second day of Death by Film Festival.